Disasters strike in various and complicated forms in our highly advanced modern society. And firefighters of fearless courage play an active part at the site of disasters. In order to protect the lives and the property of citizens, their work is likely to become more and more important.
Muki K, and I am a college student. Now, I'm going to introduce the wonderful fire defense in Japan to the people all over the world. The event that is going on right now behind me is the Dezomeshiki, which is the New Year's fire review. Dezomeshiki, or the Fire Brigade Reviews, are held at the beginning of every new year in many places throughout Japan.
Presently, the Japanese fire defense system has among the world's best facilities and equipment. However, it was not all built in a day. Once a fire breaks out, there is the potential for it becoming a major fire because Japan has many wooden structures. In addition, the Japanese archipelago is located on many earthquake zones. Furthermore, natural disasters such as typhoons and localized torrential rains hit the archipelago almost every year. These factors cultivated fire prevention awareness among the Japanese, and the present modern fire defense system was built upon this awareness.
Or the fireman's chant, and hashigo-nori, or acrobatic performances on ladder tops, performed at the Fire Brigade Review, show the spirit of firemen in the Edo period and are not actual firefighting activities. They represent the agility and bravery required for firemen in those days.
Japan's fire defense system was first organized in the Edo period, during which people were frequently plagued by conflagrations. It was called daimyo hikeshi, and was established among samurai warriors in 1643. In 1718, the citizens of Edo, or present-day Tokyo, volunteered to organize their own fire corps called Machi Bikeshi, which were mainly made up of tobi, or construction workers. Whenever they were notified of a fire, they rushed to the scene and broke the roof and eaves with fire hooks to prevent the spread of the fire. Even today, the basic spirit of Japan's fire defense system and activities is the high level of fire prevention awareness created by the joint efforts of the government and people.
April is the month for cherry blossoms in Japan, and it is also when new firefighters begin their training. Now I'm here at Osaka City's Fire Academy. There are 54 academies throughout Japan. You must enroll in the academy for 6 months to become a fireman. And I'm going to attend the academy for 1 day.
In Japan, fire defense forces are made up of full-time fire officials who regularly engage in fire defense activities, and members of volunteer fire corps who are normally busy at their own jobs and are called up for firefighting at times of fire and other disasters. Presently, there are about 130,000 fire department personnel and about 1,017,000 volunteer fire corps members. Fire department officials must take more than 6 months of training courses, and members of the volunteer fire corps must take more than 4 days of training courses here at this school.
In order to fight present-day disasters, which have become more complicated and diversified in the proper manner, high-level and specialized education for firefighters is a must. Now I'm going to try it too. よろしくお願いします。
それでもっと強く叩いてください。3、4、5。
右手2本あまりつけんで2本でそれこっち外してどこへつける。
It was quite difficult. You need a lot of power to do this.
After World War II came the new Japanese Constitution. As a consequence, the fire defense system was reformed. The new law made fire defense independent of the police in 1948, and on the principle of municipal responsibility for fire defense, transferred management to cities, towns, and villages. Furthermore, as an organization of the national government, the Fire Defense Agency was established. The agency carries out research for the development of fire defense in municipalities, as well as the revision and enforcement of fire defense laws and regulations. Thus, the national government and municipalities cooperate in many ways. At the end, I participated in a course to learn how to operate fire trucks. Rookie firefighters carefully study the model performance of their seniors. Presently, 98.6% of the total population is covered by full-time fire service in Japan. It is one of the characteristics of the Japanese fire defense system, which was built on the basis of establishing a system to get fire trucks to the fire site as fast as possible. The fire defense forces have set a time to complete a series of activities, from receiving the call, leaving the fire station, driving to the site, to water spraying preparation, all within 8 minutes, and are making every effort to do so.
In order to quickly respond when the call comes in, firefighters conduct various daily training exercises in between fire defense and firefighting activities. Building fires have a higher risk to human lives as well as higher damage cost. The task of stopping a building fire at the earliest stage is always imposed on fire defense officials. They perform at the risk of their own lives. Right now, I am at the Tokyo Fire Department Command and Control Center. In Japan, when people ask for dispatching ambulances or fire engines, they dial 119 and it connects to this Command and Control Center. Now, a report of a traffic accident is coming in on a dial 119 call. The ambulance system is shown on the screen.
A traffic accident has occurred. There seems to be one or more people trapped inside the car. The ambulance service has a relatively short history among the other fire defense activities. The service was stipulated by regulation in 1963 and spread rapidly throughout the nation. Japan's ambulance service presently covers 98.8% of all the population, and now the dispatch rate for ambulances exceeds that of fire trucks. Nationwide, fire trucks are called once every 8 minutes, while ambulances are called once every 13 seconds.
The ambulance crew quickly gives first aid treatment, and by making radio contact with the control center, transports the injured or sick person. In order to make decisions calmly and move quickly, one must have good spiritual strength. Fire defense officials build their physical strength and train their minds through activities such as Japanese martial arts when they are off duty.
Fortunately, although Japan is densely populated and living space is small, the rate of fire occurrence is very low compared to other countries in the world. However, once a fire starts, it tends to cause death because many houses are made of wood and they are built closely together. As a result, focus is especially placed on fire prevention measures.
This kind of fire prevention guidance is given to the community during the fire prevention campaigns held in both spring and fall. Today, I will participate in one of the activities. Giving guidance on not starting fires and teaching the importance of extinguishing fires at the earliest stage are also important fire defense activities. The work of the fire defense forces developed from traditional firefighting to a wider range of activities, including fire prevention, ambulance service, and disaster prevention. As a result, their responsibilities are increasing. Once a fire breaks out at a dangerous material facility, it has a higher risk of becoming a big fire. What fire prevention measures are taken at these facilities?
When storing or handling certain quantities of dangerous materials designated by the fire defense law, approval from municipalities is needed. Dangerous materials are mainly petroleum and related products. For example, at a petrochemical complex, precautionary measures such as regular inspections and installation of large-sized chemical fire trucks, large-sized pumpers with aerial ladders, and oil fence boats to prevent the spread of fire are required. Furthermore, firefighting training is also conducted regularly.
延長しているタンクの容量、高さ20メーター、高さ20メーター。
I am now in Kyoto. This is the ancient capital of Japan and has many world-famous cultural properties, most of which are made of wood. A fire can destroy a building with a history of 1,000 years. Regular inspections of these cultural properties are conducted by fire defense officials.
OK です。OK です。はい。
We also can see what is called a drencher. Let's take a look. I hope you understand that in addition to strong fire prevention awareness, efforts to protect their precious cultural inheritance is in the minds of all Japanese. People love hot springs, and they often go to them to relax on holidays. I visited one of them on my holiday. At the hotel's front desk, there is a mark which indicates approval of the safety standards of the building.
「私どもホテルではお客様方にご安心してお休みいただきますよう夜10時を過ぎますと警備員が館内を絶えず巡回しておりますが
After taking you to the room, the hotel employee explains where the emergency exits are and where the flashlight is. There's a sign at the door showing the location of your room and the emergency exits. So it's a good idea to look at it and personally check the exits yourself. These measures are taken because there were frequent hotel fires in the past which brought about many casualties.
Under the fire defense law, fire prevention measures are taken from the side of both software, such as fire prevention control, and hardware, such as fire prevention facilities, to increase building safety. Especially for buildings such as hotels, fire stations provide guidance to fire prevention managers and check legal matters such as installation of sprinklers and fire alarms and the use of disaster prevention equipment. They also check whether fire evacuation drills are properly held, and the approval mark is given only to hotels which have passed all these checks.
Fire prevention measures are also taken at facilities such as department stores and theaters, so you can relax and enjoy your shopping. Japan is a volcanic country and has many active volcanoes like this one. They are the source of hot springs. This is Mount Mihara on Izu Oshima Island, which had a large eruption in 1986. Residents of the island were evacuated off the island without any casualties. The Volunteer Fire Corps, which played an active part in the evacuation, is said to have greatly helped residents evacuate calmly. So, I'm going to visit the Volunteer Fire Corps on this island.
Konnichiwa.
Mr. Yamamoto cultivates flowers. Let's ask him what happened when the mountain erupted. 噴火の時はどんな様子でしたか？
普段の噴火と違って煙がものすごい煙出て音もすごかったし地震がものすごかったですね。
日頃消防団員としてどんなことに気を使ってますか？
そうですね、仕事していても放送があるといつでも出動できるような心構えしてます。
Mr. Fukumoto sells fresh fish. Let's ask him what he always has in mind as a firefighting squad. 福本さん、日頃消防団員としてどんなことに気を使っていますか？
災害の時にはすぐ出動できるようにと、それと普段は機械の点検、あるいは団員への連絡網を明確にするように心がけています。こん
にちは。
火を使う機械語ですから、まずは消防団員として自分のとこから周りからですね出さないように気を使っています。
緊急自動車というのは特例がいくつもあるということですけど、ほとんど特例なんですね。今言って
The Volunteer Fire Corps carries out regular training to prepare for the calls.
その他にもあるんですけどもね、一応省略しますけども、今もう一度繰り返します。
Today, training is given to new members.
はい、よし。了解。限界した。はい。はい。
The Volunteer Fire Corps also plays an active part when damage is caused by winds and floods, and at the time of forest fires. Japan has experienced many big earthquakes in the past. The The biggest one was the Great Kanto earthquake in 1923. Japan is a seismically active country. We could have a big earthquake again. So, September 1st has been designated Disaster Prevention Day, and both the government and the people together hold disaster prevention drills every year on that day. There are presently about 160,000 foreign residents in Tokyo. So, on Disaster Prevention Day, fire defense officials ask foreign residents to participate in the drills and learn about the danger of an earthquake and the measures to be taken at the time of earthquake. Japan is a country of great seismic activity, so many precautions are being taken in many households. Let's take a look at some of these. A fire extinguisher is kept in the house to prepare for a secondary disaster fire. The bathtub is always filled with water. It can be used to wash dishes in case the water stops, or can be used to put out fires. Furniture is fastened to the wall and the ceiling to prevent it from falling during an earthquake. And here is an emergency kit to carry with you during evacuation. Inside are items such as crackers, canned goods, transistor radio, and a flashlight. Japan's fire defense was established over a long history of joint efforts of the government and the people. Now, I'm going to visit the Fire Defense Agency, which operates at a national level. How does Japan's fire defense contribute to countries overseas?
Well, we have the International Rescue Team of Japanese Fire Service. It's made up of people selected from rescue teams at fire stations throughout the country. Normally, they have their regular work, but whenever they are called, they gather at the new Tokyo International Airport at Narita within 24 hours and can immediately leave for the destination to provide rescue work. Our international rescue team participated in rescue work after the earthquake which hit El Salvador in 1996. We also have many trainees, mainly from Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Africa, to study Japan's fire defense systems and techniques. And various international exchanges have been taking place.
Japan's fire defense system, which is built on the principle of municipal responsibility for fire defense, is celebrating its 40th anniversary, and its role is increasing in importance. March 1988, the grand ceremony was held with the Crown Prince and Princess attending.
The number of fire outbreaks in Japan is low in the world. And I've learned that this is because of rapid fire extinguishing, using the most up-to-date materials and mechanical equipment, as well as daily preparation of fire defense officials, members of the volunteer fire corps, and the residents. Disasters are likely to become more and more complex and diversified here in Japan, where the population is concentrated and many areas are highly centralized. Japan's fire defense system will further build on and strengthen its fire defense ability and will make every effort with the cooperation of residents to minimize any damage.